Hi guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. This is the Tennis World with the Tennis Expert. I am your tennis expert and my name is John McEnroe. I know guys, just kidding, it's not John McEnroe, but however I am your tennis expert, but a lot more calm than John McEnroe. Just checking you're listening. So I just wanted to review the 500s in Basel, Switzerland, right guys? Um, in Basel, Switzerland, and in Vienna, and that's very quickly I'll be doing that, and then I'll be previewing the Paris Masters, which will be 98% of my video. Move forward if you don't want to hear the review, but it's only a minute to two or less. First of all, Aliassime beat Rune in straight sets in Basel. Just used to serve the forehand, overpowered him, took his time away. We've got 3 points with the serve, the attacking game, the risk-taking game, the power game. He overpowered Rune. Rune never had a chance to get in rallies, never had time to set up his forehand, was always rushed and was always pressured and was overpowered. So straight sets there, and then over in Vienna, 3-set victory for Daniel Medvedev over Shapovalov. Shapovalov had a particular service game where he attacked, took risk, power game, went for it, got a bunch of winners, an unforced error for Medvedev, got the break, and then used his serve to stay ahead, win that first set. Second and third set, though, Medvedev gets enough balls in play, gets him in enough rallies. Shapovalov doesn't want to be in the rallies, so goes for too much, makes errors. Then in the third set, one particular return game where Medvedev just got on fire, did two amazing passing shots, then a running winner down the line, and then just moved him around, got the forced error, high level play, and just used his serve to stay ahead, and he won that third set. So Medvedev is your 2022 Vienna 500 champion, and Aliassime is your 500 Basel champion. So there you go. Let's get into the preview of the Paris Masters 1000. I'll look at the draw for you guys. First, I'll look at Alcaraz as part of the draw. He's got Nishioka. He'll win that. Then in the next round, I'm trying to, sorry guys, I'm just trying to work out who he would play. I believe it would be Hurkacz. Hurkacz definitely has a chance to win this because he's got the serve, the power game, fast indoor court, can really rush Alcaraz where he can't get in the rally, doesn't have time to set up in a forehand. But I think Alcaraz will have just enough. He'll move through to the quarterfinals, where he would face Rublev. Two guys who like rallies, like power, like to generate beforehand. I just think Alcaraz has got a bit more power than Rublev and a bit better serve. So I'm going to give it to Alcaraz. 3 sets again, both very similar, both big serves. They like rallies, consistent power. But I just think a bit more on the serve, a bit more power on the forehand, even a bit more on the backhand for Alcaraz. So he gets Rublev and moves through the semi-finals. So Medvedev's part of the draw. He's got Demonor, he'll win that. Tiafoe, that would be hard the way Tiafoe's playing. But I just think he'll serve big enough that Tiafoe can't attack his serve. He'll move him around, expose his lack of movement, out-rally him, force Tiafoe to take risk, go for too many errors, but that'll be 3 sets. Yep, that'll be 3 sets. Then you move through to the quarterfinals. He'll play Felix Auger-Aliassime. That'll be a very, very tough one. I'm going to say that Medvedev wins this in 3 sets. Despite Aliassime playing great, and he's been unbeatable on indoor courts, I think it'll be 3 sets. I think it'll be like 7-5, 7-6 in the third. But I just think Medvedev played like at Astana, was on fire, was beating everyone 6-2, 6-1. Got with Djokovic, though, one set all, but he was actually the better player. He'd actually won more points. He won his set more easily. He's a point or two away from beating Djokovic in straight sets. Then last week in Vienna, he only lost one set. He played well. They're both coming off that. By the last two tournaments, Medvedev found his best level, the level that won him the US Open. He beat Aliassime most of their matches. Last time at the Australian Open, I think it was a fifth set. But I'm going to say Medvedev. I think he's just going to get enough returns in play, move Aliassime around, out rally him, expose his lack of movement, and on his own serve, he'll get 3 points on the serve. He'll start the rally ahead. He'll move Aliassime around. He'll out rally him from staying the point ahead with the serve, and on the return get enough returns in play to get Aliassime in enough rallies and to out rally him, force Aliassime to go for too much power too close to the line, make errors, or Medvedev's just moving around, out rallying him. So then he moves through to the semi-finals, where I've got him against Alcaraz. Let's look at the other side of the draw. So Nadal's part, he's got Tommy Paul. He'll just over rally him, boss him around with the forehand. Then he's going to get Shapovalov. I mean, it could be close because a big serving power guy on a fast court, you'll probably get a set. But I think in the end, Nadal will get enough returns in play, be able to move him around, out rally him, boss him around with the forehand. And then Nadal, if he's serving well, will get serve plus forehands. Will be getting rallies that he's starting to rally ahead of his serve, will out rally and move Shapovalov on his own serve, and will just get enough returns in play to get Shapovalov and enough rallies, move him around, push him around with the forehand. Shapovalov doesn't want to be in the long rallies, so he's going for too much, making errors. So 3 sets for Nadal. Then he moves through to the quarterfinals, where he plays Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas is not playing very well, so I think Nadal will win this in 2 or 3 sets. Both are going to go with the serve plus forehand, but I just think Nadal's return will be good enough to force Tsitsipas into too many rallies, have to win rallies against Nadal to hold serve, and Nadal wins enough rallies there to get the break. And on Nadal's serve, he's got 3 points, serve plus forehand. He's got rallies where he's starting to rally ahead, moving Tsitsipas around. Tsitsipas isn't good defensively, and then he's going to be out rallying Tsitsipas easily because he's starting to point ahead with the serve and moving around. And then Tsitsipas' serve gets enough returns back, forcing in rallies and gets enough breaks there, and moves Tsitsipas around again. That'll be 2 or 3 sets for Nadal. So let's look at Djokovic as part of the draw. He beat Cressy in his first match. He'll play Khachanov. He'll probably win that like 7-6, 7-5. He likes the big servers. If they're not a volleyer, he'll get the ball back, move him around, expose his lack of movement, force him into a lot of rallies with his great return, and then out rally Khachanov. On his serve, it'll be serve plus serve, and then serve plus a rally where he's starting ahead, moving Khachanov around, and then on the return, enough returns in play to get Khachanov in rallies and out rally Khachanov. Khachanov doesn't want to be pushed around in those rallies, so he goes for too much power near the line, makes errors, or it's just Djokovic moving him around, out rallying him. So then he wins that, and then he should be playing Casper Ruud in the quarterfinals. A lot of long grinding rallies. I just think Ruud will win this one, and Djokovic will win. I just think like Ruud's not very good on the fast indoor courts. This really suits Djokovic's game. This really suits Djokovic's game. So what I just see happening is Djokovic using the serve to start the point ahead, and then moving him around. And then with the fast court, it's getting through the court, and Rudd doesn't have time to set up on the forehand. Whereas on Rudd's serve, Djokovic is able to get the return deep, start the point ahead, move Rudd around, and then get the ball through the court. Rudd's just pushed around, doesn't have time to set up on the forehand. So Djokovic is using his better serve to start points ahead, move Rudd around. Rudd's rush doesn't have time to set up on the forehand. And then on Rudd's serve, what we have is Djokovic getting the ball deep and then again getting control of the rally, getting the ball deep off the return, getting control of the rally and moving Rudd around. And again, Rudd's on the back foot. Djokovic on this fast court can get through his defense. So he's basically starting the point ahead on return with his deep return. On serve, his serve moving Rudd around. The court's fast enough, he can finish the point, get past Rudd's defense. And because the court's fast, Rudd's big weapon forehand wants to have time to set up the forehand, but he's always rushed there. So he's just pushed around and out rallied and moved around too much in these rallies by Djokovic, mostly due to Djokovic having a better serve and a better return serve to start the point ahead, and then not relinquish control of these in these rallies. So Djokovic moves through to the semi-finals. So now we've got Nadal, Djokovic in one semi-final. We've got Alcaraz, Medvedev in the other. Let's first do Alcaraz, Medvedev, guys. Yeah, let's talk about Alcaraz and Medvedev first, right? These guys have only played at Wimbledon in 2021. Alcaraz was nowhere near what he is now. But I just think with these fast indoor courts, like Medvedev will be serving well enough where Alcaraz won't get enough returns in play. Medvedev will have enough power to finish the points, to get past Alcaraz's defense and finish points due to the courts being very fast. He sometimes struggles against good defenders, getting enough power to get the ball through the court and finish, especially against a defender like Alcaraz. But on these fast courts, he'll be able to do that. His serve will be also working very well on the fast courts to get 3 points to start points ahead. And then it also helps him in the rally to finish, to get enough power to get through these courts and through Alcaraz's defense and finish the points off. Alcaraz, again, will be a bit rushed. Will struggle getting time to set up on his forehand. He generates a lot of power when he has time to set up and hammer that forehand. Medvedev will be able to get the ball through the court and rush him. Medvedev will be a bit better consistency-wise, less errors. He'll be able to match Alcaraz's defense but hit less errors. And the place where Alcaraz wants to have power to push Medvedev around and overpower him on the forehand because the court's fast, he won't have time to set up and hit those forehands, right? So I just think it's going to be 3 sets. It's going to be very close, but I just think Medvedev's getting this mostly due to the court being fast, and that means now Medvedev's better serve has more of an advantage. Medvedev wouldn't be able to get the ball through Alcaraz's defense usually on the fast court can. And then it hurts Alcaraz, doesn't have time to set up on the forehand. So 3 sets for Medvedev. Then Nadal, Djokovic, 2 best players in the history of the game are going to face off. I just think when you look at it, Nadal's won 90 tournaments in his career, Djokovic 88. Nadal 21 Grand Slams, Nadal 22 Grand Slams, Djokovic 21. So they're very close in tournaments won, Grand Slams, all the things that matter. But I just think when 2 guys are that close, what it can come down to is the court. And this court is probably the best court for Djokovic to play Nadal. So when it's a 50-50 scenario, that pushes him over the edge. But for Nadal, it's a very bad court, so it pushes Nadal back, Djokovic ahead. So due to that, I'll say they're both very closely matched, but we need to decide in fact that this fast court makes Djokovic better, Nadal worse. So then I'm going to say 3 sets for Nadal. Same sort of thing against the Casper Ruud. He's going to serve better than Nadal to start the point ahead. He's going to be able to take control of the point, push Nadal around, have the ability to get through the court and finish points. And then on the return, he's going to attack Nadal's second serve, start the rally ahead, push Nadal around. He's going to have the power to sort of get through the court and finish the points off due to being a fast court. But the main thing is he's got to start points ahead with his serve, having a better serve than Nadal, and then on the second serve return, he's going to attack that and start the rallies ahead. And then when you're ahead in the points on a fast court, it's easy to end points and finish points off and get past good defenders to end the rally. And I just think him having a better serve, him having a better return of serve, him being in control of most points, and then it's the fast court. From being in control of the rallies, he can get through Nadal's defense and finish points. So very close though, 3 sets to Djokovic. So now with a Djokovic-Medvedev final, I'm going to say Medvedev in 3 sets. The reason being is when I look at the US Open, Medvedev played great. He beat him. Last year in Paris, it was very close here, 3 sets. Djokovic just won. Medvedev was up a set. Their last match, it stopped at 1 set all, but Medvedev was the better player, right? And Djokovic was in a better position to win that match because he played the week before in Israel. He was on a 9-match winning streak over 2 weeks. He had a lot of matches, wins, confidence. Whereas Medvedev hadn't played since the US Open, didn't do well, didn't have any momentum, confidence, rhythm going in. But despite that, they were 1 set all, and Medvedev had 1 more points throughout the match and was a few points from winning in straight sets. Since that match, the only thing that's changed is Medvedev is better and Djokovic is worse. Djokovic has not played for a few weeks, so again, you're losing confidence, momentum, matches. Whereas now it's Medvedev playing the week before, getting a win, probably on a 9-match winning streak like Djokovic had last time they matched. So playing the week before, winning it, winning 5 matches, then winning another 4 matches, getting in the final, feeling absolutely like I'm playing a lot of matches, I'm winning, I'm confident, I'm in this great situation, whereas Djokovic not playing the week before, finding momentum. So the last time when Djokovic had that advantage, because he played Israel the week before, Medvedev hadn't played for a long time. That was the situation, but that advantage to Djokovic, Medvedev is still better. But now Medvedev's going to be better than that by playing the week before winning the tournament. Djokovic is going to be a bit worse, not playing for a few weeks. So I think in a very close match, it puts Medvedev over the top. So Medvedev's going to beat Djokovic in this final. He's going to be your 2022 Paris Masters 1000 champion. Very close match, could go either way. But I just think Medvedev was so even, slightly ahead of Djokovic last time, and he's going to be better now after winning the tournament last week, and he was already close enough then. Whereas Djokovic not playing for a few weeks won't be at the end of 2 weeks in a row of winning like he was then, so he'll be a bit worse. Medvedev will be a bit better, and Medvedev wins this in 3 sets. Just long grinding rallies, typical style. Djokovic, Medvedev willing to rally for 5 hours because he's much younger with Djokovic, and Djokovic at his age not wanting to go 3 or 4 hours of grinding rallies. So he's the one having to take the risk, come to the net, try drop shots, hit the ball close to the line just to make sure it's not hours and hours of grinding rallies with Medvedev, whereas that's causing errors. He has to take the risk. He doesn't have the fitness to do it. He has to hit lower percentage shots. He has to hit errors, while Medvedev can just play his normal game and say, I've got the fitness to do it. I don't have to change anything. You're older than me. You don't want to be involved in hours of rallies. You have to change your game. You have to hit risks and make errors. And I'm just going to keep playing my game consistent, and I can do it for hours. But whereas you're going to be the one who's going to give up on your game before I give up on mine. So that extra risk Djokovic will have to take. I think that'll also be the difference too. And then Medvedev slightly better on the serve on a faster court. So yeah, Medvedev in 3 sets. Medvedev is your 2022 Paris Masters 1000 champion. That's my video for today, guys. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Come back sort of Friday, Saturday. I'll be previewing the semi-finals of the Paris Masters 1000. the most up-to-date knowledge after the quarterfinals are completed, watching all the matches, seeing how the players are playing at that exact moment. I'll be able to preview the Paris Masters 1000 semi-final. So come back Friday, Saturday, depending on where you are in the world, to watch my Paris Masters 1000 semi-final preview. That's my video for today. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Bye for now, guys. See you guys on the weekend. Bye for now, guys, and thanks for watching. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. See you guys on the weekend. Bye for now.